Welcome to another edition of the Smokebox for BREALTV. I'm BREAL, aka Dr. Green Thumb, with my special guest, Psycho Les from the legendary Beatnuts. What's going on?
Chilling, my boy.
We got Psycho Les in the house. We got C minus. We got E Zone back there. You know they're gonna, blaze away with this. We got this insane in here on some funky field tips. Dr. Green Thumb funky field tips, no less. You know how it goes.
Nice.
So we're gonna get this session off. Hey man, it's good to have you in the box.
Yo, man. Smokebox.
We've been talking about it for a
classic
minute.
in New York, man. You know, everybody watching that.
No shit, huh?
Yeah. Don't sleep.
Yeah, I've been like catching some cats out there. Like whenever I'll go for the Haunted Hill, the Cypress Hill Halloween gigs down there, motherfuckers will be, hit me up like, yo, that Smokebox shit. I want to do it in New York. Like when I go down there, I need to find somebody with that, not a whip like this, but a whip, and just go do it out there. Cause
it'll be dope. Man.
It'll be dope to do it out there.
Yeah. And people, they talk about it, I put a lot of people up on that.
That's what's up, man.
Smokebox. You got, what is that? It's a lot of people that don't know, but
I hear that.
Put them on and they like the shit. They're like, oh, that's crazy.
That's what's up, man. Musically, you've been keeping it moving lately. Just knocking beats down. I mean, we worked on a project.
Yeah.
I can't wait for people to hear that shit because that shit is bananas.
Yeah,
but I gotta tell you off top, the shit you did with Cool Keith, nuts.
Good looks, man.
Nuts. That shit is crazy.
Cool Keith is a maniac, man. He's forever, ultra magnetic.
Oh yeah.
That's it. That's all you gotta say.
That's all you gotta say.
MC ultra magnetic. So,
straight out the Bronx, out the BX, right?
BX. It's crazy. So just working with him, it was that he's just a beast in the booth, Whenever he's in the booth, it's like.
So you guys did like a whole album, right? Or an EP or something?
Yeah. No, I think it was an album.
It was an album, right? I think it's dope when motherfuckers do collaborations like that, where it's one producer and one artist, you know what I'm saying? Or if it's a group with that one producer, I just think there's more continuity in that. There's more of a vibe.
It captures that sound. You get that sound,
Yeah.
So sometimes when you mix it up a little bit, it gets crazy. Hey, you guys all right back there?
Oh yeah.
I don't even got a smoke and I'm twisted already.
You haven't sparked it yet?
I don't have to. I'm already sparked.
It's fucking high up.
Oh, look, he got the inhale, the air, and it just got you like secondhand fucking hit.
Word. But
how do you feel about what the hip hop representation is right now? What the new kids are doing with it?
I think some of it is cool. Some of that shit is cool. I don't like all of it. I just some of it sounds a lot the same. It sounds alike. I come from when every beat was like different and shit. It had different kicks, different snares.
Right. Yeah, cause
everything now, like all the drum kicks, is all the same.
It's like
shit.
808 sounds.
808 sounding,
Yeah, I mean, it's a whole different game. Like, hip hop used to be in terms of production was a lot of layers of different samples.
Exactly.
They created one thing.
And that would create a sound, like, so you don't, like those drums, like you don't want those same drums on your fucking next record.
Yeah. People recycle drums on a lot of different shit, but you were trying to fucking do...
Back then, and coming from a producer's point of, like, I don't want to use them same snares or the same kicks or the same bass line, so...
Yeah, because everybody had their own sound, like, you know what I'm saying? Like the way they truncated or fucking layered kicks or fucking snares and shit like that. I mean, this is producer talk, you know what I'm saying? Because realistically, every, you know, hip hop producers had their own way of, you know, putting tracks together, how they layered drums, you know, from kicks to snares to even, you know, 808s and even other sounds and shit, right? And these days, most of it is produced, you know, electronically with, well, I mean, you know, that's
everything.
well, I mean, you know, producing it back then was digital too, because I mean, it's, you know, they were drum machines, but it's a little bit different because it's more like R&B ish these days. I think with the way the mentality, it's like rapping, you know, rapping blues or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's no longer rhythm and blues; it's rapping blues. I think.
I don't know, B. Just the way Alfonso from Fresh Prince said. I seen him on TV the other day. They asked him who don't you like in the game, and he was like Drake. And he's like, what? I love Drake. I love. He's like, well, it's the shit with Drake is like, I don't know if he's rapping or singing. Like, you know, it's like, so it's like, what is it?
I'll say this, you know, like he can sing, but he could also rap his ass off.
Yeah.
You know, when he wants to rap, he, you know, he got bars. But yeah, you know, like for a while he was on that singing shit. So
exactly,
you know,
half of the time it's like it's facts. Like I don't know if you're rapping or you're singing, or that's just the Drake flow, you know.
Yeah. He's
Some little bit for the ladies, a little bit for the fellas. You know?
Well, I mean, you know, cats like LL, you know, he was doing like fucking raw joints for a long time, like showing everybody like, I'll cut your fucking head off. And then
I could hear it. I know he got it in him. He just
because he before Drake was the one that said, you know what, I'm gonna fucking do songs for the chicks, right? And I think there's a science to that. It's because, like, you know, chicks buy records more than dudes do. You know, dudes will go get the fucking. Dudes will either, you know, go swipe it from somebody or get a free download of it or whatever. You know, back in that time when you know, motherfuckers was exploring the digital world, more dudes most often than not would, like, you know, go to like BitTorrent or something and just snipe those songs. You know, where chicks would actually go buy those fucking songs. I think, you know, especially right before that era. You know, more women bought records than dudes did, and I think, you know, LL
to this day it's like
to this day it's like that, and I think LL caught on to that, and he said, you know what, I can only do so many street records. I got to do this, because I think people respected that he went after the chick market, because they already knew, all right, yeah, you know, he's that guy. And I think he made that lane for other motherfuckers to be able to follow that.
Exactly. And not be scared to make a song like I Need Love.
Yeah.
You know,
he didn't give a fuck. He just straight did it.
Yeah.
He really didn't. He just did it.
Come on.
I think that's what makes him one of the greatest, is that, you know, he had the cut your head off lyrics and style, but he also had that shit where he could appeal to, you know, the chicks.
Yeah.
You know, and make songs that they're gonna fucking buy. You know what I'm saying? Because the dudes are only gonna buy the records so long if they're even buying them, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? And I think he caught on to that. And I think Drake is in that realm. He knows he can, you know, he can rap and do all this other shit, but really where where he's gonna sell records is to those girls. That's a crazy.
That's his biggest fan base right there. It's chicks. Believe that.
Yeah, for sure. That's crazy how the game is like that, though. You know that it's like you either you got to choose a lane. You know, it's hard to do both. You might start off with one and then end up in the other.
I mean, yeah, and not everybody's gonna be nice at both things, and he is.
Oh yeah,
Drake, he's nice at rapping and he's nice at his fucking singing.
Yeah, I mean, Cool J couldn't sing, but he did do some fucking slappers for the chicks. You know what I'm saying?
Classics.
He did.
Classics. Shit that people still bump right now.
When I DJ at spots, you know, I gotta play some LL. And I'll play like some old LL, not like the famous ones.
Yeah.
You know?
That's crazy.
I like the old LL.
You still like DJing? You still like getting out there and fucking...
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people don't know like Beatnuts were DJs from day one.
Before producing, yeah.
Before producing, before rapping, like you know, we was straight DJs collecting beats,
digging in the crates.
Digging, yeah, that was our shit. Just who had the illest beats, who could dig up the craziest shit.
And you did flip some ill beats.
So,
Oh man.
Oh, y'all flipped some of the illest beats. I mean, you guys have shit that like whatever DJ could pop that off in the party and it's gonna fucking fly.
Yeah, man.
I know I popped them off many times.
Yeah, our neighborhood was filled with a lot of culture, man. It was like filled with DJs and all kind of shit. So ever since young, like we was taking that shit in and starting and digging.
Who were some of your influences?
But from like people back then,
Yeah.
oh man, I like the old school, like 80s rap. Treacherous 3, Fantasy 3, Fantastic 5,
Yeah.
you know, Phyllis 4.
They don't get a lot of dap.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
So, for real.
But yeah, I mean those dudes, even for that time, had some pretty complex styles.
Crazy.
They were kind of like
Cold
ahead of their
Crush
time.
Brothers, come on.
I mean,
Grandmaster Caz.
those groups, you know, influenced cats like us, but you know, also like guys like Jurassic 5, because their cadences are based on those old school styles like that, and I like how they keep that shit alive like that.
Hell yeah. You don't see that shit every day.
Yeah,
Where a whole group could just be tight
where they rap their shit, sing their shit,
and everybody's tight. And
tight.
It's one big party joint. It's
Yeah.
dope.
And what about DJs?
What about them?
Like who was
like, as far as DJ, man, to me, man, being raised in New York, definitely a cool DJ, Red Alert. Chuck Chill Out.
Salute to Red Alert.
You know?
Chill Out.
Chuck Chill Out. Marley Marl, you know, because he used to be on
all the heavyweights.
105
Yeah.
or 0.6,
PLS, right?
Yeah,
PLS.
107.5 or some shit. But yeah, man. you
Yeah,
know.
those are the fucking titans right there. Yeah.
But as far as like 90s radio, you know, shit started changing.
Yeah, for sure.
You know.
It's crazy the shift they had, because you know it's like a lot of records that you didn't expect to break through fucking broke through, like, you know, and some of them came in through mix shows,
Yeah, man.
and that's awesome.
Yeah, man.
I remember hearing props over here in a lot of clubs when it dropped. Like,
Yeah, props. You know, it was and that shit is funny how the idea came because we used to have a hotline or some shit, so people used to call in from everywhere. And then one dude was like, "Yo, I'm calling from Ohio or some shit." He was like, "And whenever you're in Ohio, you get props over here." So I was like, "Boom, that shit is that's a hook right there."
Yeah.
When I'm in LA, you know what I want to hear. You know,
Yeah.
you get props. And it was a little jazzy beat. Our label was asking us to do that joint actually because they wanted something for more radio fit. You know, labels would tell you things like that.
Yeah, especially back then.
Yeah. So we was like, all right, we did this little smooth joint, turned it in, it was cool.
It's crazy how hip hop caught the industry off guard, because they had to figure like, how do we fucking sell this? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So then you got all these fucking A&R peoples making suggestions like that.
Yeah, and I remember kicking out A&Rs out of the studio because it was like, yo, we don't like that shit.
Oh yeah,
you over here taking notes.
I remember, you know, Muggs would tell, you know, like they'd come and try to suggest stuff in our session, and he'd be like, yeah, you know, that's a great idea for your album. And then they'd be like, okay, and then they fucking leave. But
yeah, that shit is crazy. It's like,
yeah, that's crazy though, because, you know, but the thing is that some artists didn't have any direction, like where they wanted to go, and most often than not, a lot of artists just think about the music and not necessarily the direction.
Yeah,
like the look, you know, and what stories are you telling, and this and that and the other and shit. You know, they're worried about the whole fucking package if they can market you as a whole, right? If there's any holes in your game, they don't necessarily fuck with you, you know? And At least in the old school form. These days they fuck with whoever's IG and YouTube is popping.
Exactly. Just like I
That's
always
the
say.
dudes these days.
Exactly. That's what I tell motherfuckers. A lot of these cats never pay dues. They just pay for views. You know, so
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's that too.
That's all.
When
you get in,
motherfuckers are faking the funk on that shit.
you get in, and a lot of people getting big major deals off views.
Yeah.
Oh, I got 1 million, 3 million views, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And now it's like,
It's crazy how that is now the point, right, that they look at to fuck with you, right? Do you already have an existing audience that fucks with you, right? And if you do, you're more able to maybe get a deal from these motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? And that's kind of awesome because you can actually build your own base and then go get the resources that you might not have being independent. You know what I mean? So it's there's positive and negatives out of it, you know what I'm saying? At least as far as I could see, but these days it's dope because you can cut out the middleman and do it all yourself.
word up.
Self-made. Yeah, self-made. What are you working on these days?
Well, I just dropped the Cool Keith album.
Right.
You know, that's called Keith. He just called it Keith.
Just call it Keith.
Black cover, no pictures, no nothing, just Keith. And you know, got a couple other little.
I just saw that in my head right now. Black album with just Keith on it.
Yeah, exactly. That's the album, Keith.
All right.
It's one of those albums.
I see what he did there. It's just me.
Exactly. So, I did a little project with J. Rue the Damager.
Word.
It's called The Funky Pandas.
Nice.
So, you know, that's like,
It's been a minute for him.
yeah. And this album is like, it's different because we have a lot of like German electro beats and shit. So it's like the East Coast rap with on top of like some tech Euro
Yeah.
shit, hip hop. You know, so it's kind of different.
Did that? So you guys used a producer from out there?
Yeah, we used a lot of, you know. I produced probably like 3 on it,
That's right.
but sometimes I like to, you know, get on other people's beats. and
Sometimes
shit.
you just want to rap.
Yeah.
That's cool too.
Not even that, but to me, I feel like I rhyme better sometimes to other people's beats.
Yeah, but you know, it's because you live with it so long.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And you sort of like for a minute you're sure, and then you know
Yeah.
later on you're like, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
I'm like, you know, I'm never happy with none of my shit.
So you don't have a problem giving away beats like if you thought, oh man, this is the best beat I ever fucking made right here, and
Yo,
like does it hurt you to give it to somebody else or
Nah, not really.
no, right?
Nah, because
It's like exciting to see what they might do with it.
yeah, a lot of people like made me like the beat just from the way they killed it, you know. Sadat X for one.
Oh yeah.
He took a fucking garbage beat and turned that shit into a hit record because
He's a
he
beast.
heard something else. You know?
Yeah, he heard something else in it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's crazy when you let someone pick the beat. You know,
Yeah,
you never know what they're
you
gonna
never-
pick.
Exactly, and so it's just crazy, you know.
Yeah.
You know, you took a couple crazy ones that I was like, what? That shit's just nice.
And we gotta be out the box, man. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Not out of this one, but I'm saying, word up, man. Hey, I want to thank you for jumping into the box, by the way.
Oh man, anytime you want, give me a
Knocking it
holler.
down with us. You know
Come
what I'm saying?
through, smoke everybody out, blowing clouds in the back.
That's
Yeah,
what's up, man.
Posse, you know.
Let them know where they can find you.
Instagram is at psycho_less official. You know, I had to put the official at the end because my old page got hacked. You know, that's another story that
Yeah.
we'll get back and I'll finish the hacking.
Oh, the hack story.
The
Yeah.
hack story. But yeah, so Psycho Less official.
Word up, man. Leave comments, subscribe to the channel. Fuck with my peoples, man. Psycho Less.
All day.
Beatnuts all day.
Let's go.
Got the heart of a lion, soul of a titan, mind of a genius. Fly with the heighten, all your senses is senseless, resistant, relentless. It's what they call you when your grind is endless. Let's get this.
They say I'm psycho. I move weight like lipo. Got a big crib like Michael. Out the window with a rifle. My wrist game on light show. I'm backstage with white hoes. I got